I'm Emmanuel and welcome to my workbench. Today I will be doing a book fill series. The various coin purchases that I've made, I've inventoried them and I'm putting them in my books now. And after scoping them out, finding the varieties and even finding an error, that's really cool. So let's get right to it. Let's start with the Canadian silver 50-cent coins that I have right here. And let's shove these over here and get going here. So in the first spot that I get to fill, let me move this aside here. The first spot that I get to fill is this 1940 right there. So let's go ahead and fill that 1940. Awesome. The next one for 1942, there is two varieties. For most of the 40s, 41, 42, 43, and so on, there is a narrow date and a wide date variety. So for 1942, I have found one of each. This one here is a 1942 narrow date. The book just has a generic 1942 spot, so I wrote down narrow date over here. I don't have a spot for the 1943 wide date, so I'm going to put that in a flip and label it. There you go. The next book fill I have is this error coin that I have here. I already have a narrow date over here, and I've put a wide date over here, as you can see. But this is the one with the error. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's a little cud on the bottom of the 3 that you can see there. And I will put this one in a flip as well. And here you go. 1943 error, wide date variety with the cud on the 3. Awesome. The next book fill that I have is for 1945. I've already indicated a spot for the narrow date, and here is the narrow date, so that's a great fill. And I also have a wide date that I found, so I'm going to put that in a flip and come right back. And here you have it, the 1945 wide date. The final one that I have is this 1947. This one is the curved 7 variety, but it is all the wide date. So I had previously found a curved 7 narrow date. This is a curved 7 wide date. Let me flip that up. And here you go, 1947 wide date curved 7. Awesome. Let's move on to the next book. All right, let's continue with the quarters. These are my book fillers from the ones that I've received. There were lots of upgraders, but I didn't include these for here. I just swapped those out right away. So lots of old quarters here that still need to be filled out. My oldest one is this 1907. And then on this page, I have a 1918 and a 1932 and a 1934. But here we go. The first book filler that I have over here is this one here. And this is in 1941. And that one goes right in here. The next one that I have is this 1944. And that one goes at the end of the row right there. The next one is this 1945. That goes right there. And I think the next one is in the 50s. Yeah, the next one's in 1951, which goes all the way down to here. Now, this 1951 is a high relief. And the way to tell, there's a low relief and a high relief. And the way to tell the difference is you look at the A, the last A in gratia, and you see if it's pointing to identical, it's a high relief, such as this one. So this one goes right here. So I'm missing the 1951 low relief. And then over here, this is a 1952. Again, 1952 came in high relief and low relief. And this one here, if you look at it, the A is not pointing to identical. So this is the low relief 1952. I already have a high relief. So the 1952 goes right there. So it would be great to find that 1951 low relief. And the next quarter that I'm missing over here is the 1953 no shoulder fold. And it should be this coin right here. And the way to tell that one is, again, you look at the eye to see if it's flared or not. This one is not the flared eye, meaning that this is the no shoulder fold variety, which is awesome. And finally, the last book filler over here is this, barely read the date, but this is in 1955, and that one goes right there. And on this page, I believe I'm only missing the 1957 and the 1958 to complete this page, and then we're going, I mean, the collection is looking really good. Finally, for the quarters, the last upgrade or book filler is this 2006 NIFC that I will be putting down here next to my other NIFC and these mint tokens that were circulated in error. Let's go on to the next book. All right, now it's up to the dimes. So we got some really good oldies this time. Still nothing on my first page here that starts 1858 to 1901. However, the second page gets several entries. The oldest one being this 1928, which goes over here. And I have a 1929, which goes over here. And finally, a 1933, which goes over here. Let me put these back in here. This last one over here is a 1936. So there's two varieties. There's a variety with a dot underneath the ribbon down here. This one is the no dot variety, and that goes over here. Awesome. On the next page, I have this one here is a 1939, and that goes way up here, followed by a 1941 right there, and this one here, 1946, which it goes right there, and finally this one is a 1968. However, if you look at, it's hard to tell on the camera. It's really, really hard. But there's 1968s were both struck in the Philadelphia Mint and in the Royal Canadian Mint here in Ottawa. And it is the edge reading that is different. And this one here is a Philadelphia silver dime. I already found a 1968 Ottawa minted 1968, and this fills the last one here, which is a Philadelphia minted 1968. That is awesome. Naturally, this is the transition year where they went from silver to nickel dimes, and I already have the nickel dimes for both of those mints. Awesome. And another coin that I had found in one of my hunts is this silver proof from 1997. There is no spot in the book for this because this is for circulation coins and not for proofs. So I will put it in one of these rows down here. This is an awesome find. I will label it later with my silver pen. Cool. The book is looking good. Let's go on to the next book. All right, the next set is my American half dollars. I have 2 rolls of half dollars over here that I won in a giveaway, plus a whole bunch of other half dollars that I've accumulated over the years. I had just been waiting for my Franklin halves and my Kennedy half dollars to come in. So now that I have all of the books, I will now just start filling what I have, and starting with what's in the flips. So let's see here. Let's sort these out here. These are some Franklins. These are some Kennedys. All right, I have 4 Franklins to put in the book. A good start to a Franklin collection. So let's get right into it. The first one I have here is a 1940S. Let me make sure I'm sitting down so I can't see my camera. Let me make sure everything is in frame. Move that over there. Perfect. So let's get started. The first one here is a 1949 S Mint. S over here from San Francisco. So 1949 S goes right there. So let's get this out of the flip. And that goes right there. And the next one I have is, let's see, this is a 1951. This is 1951, and it has no mint mark, so that's a Philadelphia, and that goes right over here underneath the 1947S, 1949S. Let me get the, there we go. Awesome. Followed by, I have a 1957D, and that goes right over here. Obviously, for my Franklins, I have a long way to go in collecting all of these. One day I will. And this is a 1958 with a Denver mint mark, and that goes on the next page right there. $1958D. There we go. Well, I'm back because I found 3 more Franklin half dollars that I had set aside, and I completely forgot about them. So let's stick them in the book. And the first one here is a 1954 with an S mint mark, and that one comes over here. The next one here is a 1952 with an S mint mark. Whoops. And that one goes right over here. And the final one, also with an S mint mark, is a 1953, and that one goes right there. Yeah, looking much better. Awesome. Starting with the 1964s. So let's see what I have here. This, let me make sure I'm in frame. So let's begin. That's 2021, 1969 Denver. 1969 Denver goes right there. This flip is a little, there you go. Was being a little stubborn. 69 Denver. There you go. Next one I have. This is a 76 Denver, which goes right there. Now the 76 Denver is a clad coin. This one over here was 40% silver. Next one here, that's a 1997. This goes to 1985. So let's keep going here. Uncirculated 2021. Thank you for much to Coin Hunter Chris, who gave me these uncirculated ones. 1968 Denver. That one goes right there. I just noticed the book does not have a spot for a 1969 Philly, which begs the question: were there any minted coins from Philadelphia, any half dollars in 1969? I'm sure there were in sets. We have a 1966 Philadelphia, which goes right there. Now I know for a fact that there are no deminted 66 and 67, I believe, and 65 even coins. And this is a 67 right here. I believe in 65, 66, 67, that the Denver minted coins didn't have the Denver mint mark. Correct me if I'm wrong, leave a comment down below. So all of these are 40% silver. This one, of course, is a 1964 and does not have a mint mark, so that makes it a Philadelphia. And this one is 90% silver, the last year that US silver coinage was of a 90% composition. And that one goes right there, first one in the book. That is looking awesome. I don't have any of these over here. I'll have to actually look through these rolls to see what I have. But let's see here. These 97, that goes in 2001. 2001, these go into a future book. Let's go through these rolls here. All right, here are all of the years that I have, and this next book over here is from 1986 to 2003, and there are only 3 coins that'll go into this one. This 1997, is this a Denver? 1997 Denver, and then these two 2003s, P and D. So let's get right into it. 1997 would be right here. For the Denver, right here on the bottom. That one would go right here. And then the 2003, I have a P and a D. And they will go in the last spot. And here is the P. And here is the D. Still lots of work to do in this book, but it's good to begin somewhere. Finally, this last book, let me move these coins over here. Make some space. And starting in 2004, let's go. First one I have is 2004 Philadelphia, right here. And then 2005 Philly. 2005 Denver. 2005 here. 2006 Philly. 2006 Denver. 2007 Philadelphia. 2007 Denver. 2008 Philadelphia. 2009 Philadelphia. 2009 Denver. Continuing to. Awesome. Okay, let's go to the last page. Okay, over here on the last page, let's start 195. 2016 Denver over here. 2019 Philadelphia, that goes right here. 2020 Philadelphia, that goes right there. 2020 Denver. And 2017 Denver, that goes right there. Awesome, and that's on Chris. This is a bunch of Philadelphia, right there. And finally, 2022 from 20 Denver, right there. And I curved another YouTuber that I think it was Enigma Coin Collector, said that the new 2022 book is out, the one starting in 2022. So I guess I'm going to have to get my hands on that one eventually. Awesome. And an upgrader that I have for my US coins is this Ohio 2002 with a Philadelphia mint mark, and that goes right here. Awesome. And in my Looney book, this coin over here is a 2019, and then it goes right into the commemoratives. So I'm going to upgrade my commemoratives. I'll pop out this commemorative 2020 and replace it with this 2020 Looney, which will fill a hole in my collection. And we have the colorized, well, what I'll do is I'll put the colorized on the next page. And also I have an upgrader for this colorized because the new one that I found here is in much better condition. But let me put the Pride one over here. Awesome. And flipping over to the next page, I have a 2021, but there is a couple of 2020s that I have to put in its place. So let me pull this one out. 2021 goes here. And here is the colorized version upgraded, as well as the non-colorized version, which is the lower mintage version. Also, I have one of these commemorative 2021s over here. This is the uncolorized version. So keeping with the pattern over here, this will be the colorized one, and I will put the uncolorized one over here. This one also, this Klondike is a lower mintage than the colored version. Awesome. The final upgrade to that I am going to put in my book is this fake 1996 that I found, this counterfeit. I'll keep it as a souvenir. I'll put it over here, and I will just label it with my silver pen. Fake 1996. There you go. I have another one here that to put in. I forgot about this one. This is the variety. This is a type A. The edge lettering is face up when the Queen's, when the obverse is to the top. This is a type A 2019 16 serrations. So it has extra serrations. And I will put that one over here on the last one, and I will label it as such with my pen. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, this update to my collection. If you did, I would appreciate a thumbs up. As well, if you haven't already, please click my logo over here to subscribe to my channel. And I have a video over here that you might be interested in, as well as a playlist if you want to watch a whole bunch of my videos. Well, I appreciate the views and I appreciate the comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.